Uptick Watch Reviews, 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 Uptick Watch Reviews.
Bonjour mes amis, hi guys, we are back with CIGA Design. These guys are amazing, they contact me, say, hey, do you want to review another watch? I check it out, I say, sure. Next day or within a couple of days, I get the watches. So we're going to review today the Z-Series, and then in a later video we're going to review the GPHG winner Blue Planet. Here's a little teaser. It is, as you would expect, really amazing. For now I'm going to remove it from the frame because it is very distracting. And you might remember we had reviewed the X-Series, which is on Spring's really cool watch, and I did a watch giveaway for the orange version. It was won by our viewer Chris, and he got it within a couple of days. That's what I love about those guys. Super easy communication. The product arrived really quickly, no matter where you are. And when they ask me to review a watch, they don't give me any condition. I don't have to say anything in particular. They give me the specs, and for the rest, it's up to me to tell you what I think about the watch, which means they're really confident into the quality of the watch, and especially the design. The main designer is Jianmin Zheng, one of the top 10 designers in China. So these are made in Shenzhen, right across the border from Hong Kong, which explains also how I can get them so fast. And today, so we review the Edge series, the Z or the Z series watch, which is a tonneau-shaped kind of watch. Quite similar to things we've seen in the recent years, popular watches from Richard Mille or Hublot, for example, very high-end watches. And the Z-Series here, what I really love is they didn't go overboard on the colors. It has a very industrial kind of look to the finishing of those insane bridges that are supporting the movement. And although it looks like a very flamboyant piece, maybe on pictures, actually in person, it goes very much under the radar, almost on the wrist, which is was quite a surprise. Anyway, you find, as with the X series, a lot of very cool little design details, including the typical CIGA Design hexagonal screws with a tri-spoke inside. On the side of the case here, you have the signature, but notice how the three line motif is rounded around the C and has a different shape around the N to marry the shape of the N. I think it's a cool thing. And usually we don't like huge brandings on watches, but I think in person it's very discreet. Again, it's a gray on gray. There's very little color to this watch, just splashes of red, and the golden wheels, of course. On the other side, you have very different look. You have those typical screws that I mentioned, and two well-designed crown guards with a signature on the knurled crown. So you have a sort of a flat surface, and then you have the curved top of the watch, and you have a curved sapphire crystal on top and a mineral crystal at the bottom. And you can see the I'm going to talk about the strap in a second. This is not the the strap from CIGA themselves, and then you can see the movement from the back and from the front, of course, suspended on those crazy cool arms there. Beautiful complex structure. So the movement is Seagull AAA grade, delivered specifically to CIGA Design. And you can really appreciate the little palette forks at work and everything. So it's great if you want to discover how the movement works. And here is your gauge for the power reserve, because this is the main spring which you wind here is pretty much fully wound. As you wind it, it will tighten, and if you let the watch run out of power, it will slowly open up. So this one is there's no date, so it's just hour, minute, and seconds with that beautiful dash of red. Now the strap that the watch comes with, you get two straps. You get the very comfortable rubber strap, quite different from the one that I got on the X-Series. So a very cool motif there. Here is the minder, so it gives the watch that very modern, sporty look. It will make it stand out quite a bit more on the wrist. Very easy to put on with those pull tabs as well on the leather strap, which makes the watch more formal. But I happen to have a Tudor strap, sort of a mix of rubber and fabric, which has a matte look and off-white stitching that marries perfectly with the look, the aesthetic of the watch, of the bridges, and really works for me. So maybe here a nice suggestion for CIGA. You can add maybe on your website some similar type of straps. I think it looks really great on this one. And on the wrist, this shape works for me a lot better. You know, we all have different shape of arms, right? And it works a lot better for me than the square shape of the X-Series, which is a bit more extravagant, a bit more futuristic, very different type of design. But I've been interested in getting one of those tonneau-shaped kind of modern watches, and this fits the bill perfectly. And as you can see, it doesn't look that extravagant on the wrist. It's very muted in tones, in colors, and especially with this strap pairing that I've decided to go for, which is a 22 millimeter, by the way, and angles pretty much right down. I think my wrist is quite flat and 17 centimeters. You could get away with a 15 centimeter wrist. There's still a room on both sides of mine. But it remains a fairly imposing watch. So, to give a good review, I went out and wore the watch. I went to the dentist, did a bit of shopping, wore it at the office, and at first I thought, well, it's probably a bit too modern for me. It's going to be a bit strange compared to the usual type of watches that I wear and that I buy in my collection. But then after a while, this thing became just like second nature. It just felt so right on the wrist, and kind of really didn't feel like taking it off. Which proves the point is that you can see a watch like this as an extra to a very sort of typical kind of collection, something just to have a bit of fun. But then you can see it the other way. You can see if you wear it for a while and get used to it, it might make everything else in your collection look a bit fuddy-duddy, a bit old-fashioned. And I do understand people who just want to wear Richard Mille, for example, or another brand that makes this sort of tonneau shape and has that more modern approach to watchmaking. It's very comfortable. It looks very good on the wrist. The way it arcs around the wrist, I really like it very much. So yeah, that's an important message I wanted to convey to you if you're a bit on the fence. So whether it is the only watch you want to buy, or whether you have a big collection and you want to add something, I think this could work for you. And the prices are very reasonable for all the design that you're getting, and a fairly good movement, AAA grade again, of Seagull movement, well-known movement. It starts at $259. You can choose the color of strap that you want, black, red, or blue. And there's also a slightly more expensive titanium version, $379, which is still very reasonable if you compare. For example, if you compare to a Seiko, which is all in-house, of course, has a great design, but often kind of leaves you hungry for more. There's always a few things that are a bit wrong, and I can't find anything wrong with the watch here. With what you pay, you get just a great design, solid construction. Of course, I haven't worn it for 5 years. Here you get a 1-year warranty, and I think these guys, they're very reactive, so probably no issue for you if you have any problem. Mechanical watches, you can have problems with any of them. I have a problem with a $20,000 watch at the moment, so whether it's $200 or $20,000, it's mechanical, can always have a problem, but so far the watch is running great. These single movements are rated -15 plus 30, I think, but this one runs around 5 seconds a day. And there you go. This is my experience with this tonneau-shaped watch. I really enjoyed this shape. It's really a very, very cool thing. Now, something that we had mentioned about the X series was the lack of minute track, making reading the time and setting the time especially difficult. And here, not only you have a minute track, but the way it's been executed and three-dimensionality of it, I think is wonderful. You see, it goes all the way down to that main frame. So it's very easy to read the time and set the time. And yes, there is a little bit of loom on those white V shapes on the hands, not a ton. So a couple of things we could ask to CIGA Design in the next version, maybe a bit more loom, and maybe a screwed down crown to increase the water resistance from the current 30 meters, so it's fine to splash. I wouldn't subject it to dip in the pool, but the fact that it's not screwed down means it's very easy to wind. You don't have to screw it back out and back in every time you need to wind the watch. So you have a very discreet signature here on that bridge there, and I will stop moving a bit so you can admire a bit more all the details of this suspended movement. So as you can tell, I wasn't sure at first about this model, and it has really won me over and exceeded what I was expecting to feel about it on the wrist, to the point that I really feel like wearing the watch. And I think that's the most important. It doesn't matter the price of the watch. I think at the end of the day, it's the looks, on the wrist that is going to capture your attention or not. And this one looks really stunning. So you can find them on the website CIGA, CIGA, CIGA Design. You can find them on Amazon as well. I will put the links down below. CIGA Design, another real stunner, the Z-Series. Let me know if you have any question in the comments. I'm going to enjoy wearing this throughout the summer, and I'll give you an update a bit on how it's been performing and what were the reactions of people, because it is quite a stunning watch. It makes the other watches in my watch box look quite small, and yet on the wrist it feels right at home. And I realized I forgot to give you the dimensions. So it is 40.8 by 48. Let me bring the calipers to confirm this. Of course, here there's a lot of different ways that you can measure a watch like this, but let's go see you're around the 40 here. Of course, you have the outcrop of the crown guards, and here you will have from one tip to the next. Bit difficult through the camera lens. It is 48, so it's just perfect on the wrist, and especially since 48 is with the outcrop of those sort of integrated lugs. So really, the watch wears no bigger than 48, which is the same for, which is a very perfect dimension for any watch, especially since the strap angles down straight away, so very easy to wear, and the thickness is only 12.3, 22 millimeter strap. And here we have a 316L stainless steel sapphire, and again the two straps that you get with the watch. The packaging is beautiful, recyclable materials. CIGA really takes care of every detail. I really love the way this looks, and I forgot to mention that this watch got a design award in Germany. There you go, another award from for the brand. You can pause here if you want to read a bit more about this. And you have all the instructions in the book how to set your strap, and you get your warranty card, 1 year of warranty, and you can learn a bit more about Zhang Jianmin, the designer. Fantastic job once again. So thank you again, CIGA. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Do check out the website. Check them out on their different vendors. Certainly on Amazon. This one is another stunner, and I have to say I like it even more than the X series. Really works great on my wrist. And again, if you want to have the same strap as I do, this one is from Tudor. I hope the brand won't mind too much me plugging a bit of a Tudor product here, but I think it really works. And yeah, it might inspire you to accessorize this watch with other types of strap that marry well with this very cool industrial type of design. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. And I speak to you in the next one, and we'll talk about this stunning piece. Bye bye.